on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 6 of Avoiding the Drop. I think this is going to be the final episode, so if you've enjoyed this series and you'd like me to do some more shorter series, let me know down in the comments if you have ideas for stuff you'd like to see. It's really cool, and I kind of prefer these short-term series, giving yourself a little bit of a challenge, something to strive to. But the question is, could we do the impossible and save Crystal Palace? So, we'll get on to the fixtures. Avoid looking in this top left. Oh, you've looked now. You've seen that we didn't finish in the relegation. Oh well. I wish there was a way I could disguise where I finished in the league, and I know people with eagle eyes are going to see it anyway, but we did finish 17th. And to be honest, this came after one of the most intense Football Manager games I've ever had. And it's for so many reasons. And I should look at the league here, and you'll see Sunderland and Southampton did get relegated. Looking at their fixtures, you'll see that Sunderland and Southampton played each other on the second to last game of the season. So whilst this was going on, I was hoping for a Southampton win, because if Southampton won, it would move them up to 32 points and keep Sunderland on 33 points, and mean that a win would be enough to keep me up. Obviously, with Sunderland winning 3-2, it meant they would go above me in the league going into the last game of the season, who I had Tottenham against, unless I could get a result at home against Newcastle. One of the most crazy experiences in FM I've had this year. I honestly wish I'd live-com this. So, Sunderland at this point were 2-1 down, I believe. And so I was thinking, it's not too bad if I don't win. This was with me being 2-1 down. As you'll see when we come on to it. We were ahead for long periods of the game. They opened the scoring with Sissoko, and it was intense. We got a penalty. Fierro buried it. Quality finish by the young Mexican. And at 1-1, I was thinking, we need a goal. We need something to come our way, and it did come our way. Ball into the box. Garvin was there to get the goal. And then, as you'll see here, if I just pause, we had a player sent off. So we're down to 10 men, 2-1 up, with Sunderland 3-2 up, knowing that I had to win. I had to hold out. Otherwise, I was screwed. And Jerdinac got sent off. And wow, honestly, shit hit the fan, put it that way. It was crazy stuff. As you'll see here, going into the 73rd minute, Tottenham scored a freak goal. Gouffran getting the goal there to make it 2-2. And it wasn't until the 92nd minute that I was able to get the goal, which won me the game. Here, you'll see free kick, Tiote committing the foul. And so in the 92nd minute of added time, we had a penalty to win and keep us above Sunderland, which going into the last game of the season against Tottenham, if this was missed, we're down. I'm not going to beat Tottenham away. As it was, Charlie Austin stepped up and got the winning goal to make it 3-2. And so, going into the last game of the season, we were 1 point ahead of Sunderland. Sunderland had Hull, which obviously wasn't necessarily a free win by any means, and I had Tottenham. And I lost 3-0 against Tottenham, which was terrible. But what you've got to imagine is, while this was all going on, Sunderland are playing Hull, and no disrespect to Hull, but Hull aren't the strongest team in the league, and so I was literally crapping myself. And this is one of the wonderful things about FM, is that it can go right down to the wire like this, but I was pooping myself, because by the kind of 60-minute mark, Tottenham were 2-0 up, and I'd kind of accepted the fact that this was going to finish 2-0. Fortunately for me, Hull came absolutely massive and beat Sunderland 2-0, which meant going into the kind of, end of the season and finishing up the league, we finished ahead of Sunderland by 1 point. And we had worse goal difference than them. And it was such a dramatic end. I'm kicking myself I didn't record it, because honestly, I was going mental. As I mentioned last episode, I was going into a live stream to play those last two games, and I was flipping crap, but it kind of illustrates the fact that you do need the rub of the green staying up. The best tips I can really give you staying up is don't be naive. Don't play attacking at Old Trafford, because it's not going to work. Don't play fluid. You're going to have to defend as a unit. You can't underestimate the importance of fitness and team cohesion, especially if you bring lots of players in January. Changing your training focus to team cohesion is huge. I can't stress that enough. If you start letting in goals, respond to it. Set up training as your focus come May. I mean, I set up the defending training after I conceded 2 games back-to-back 4 goals against Manchester United and Arsenal. And since then, I've conceded, with the exception of the Tottenham game, 5 goals in 6 games, which for a team that are battling relegation is the kind of defensive performance that keeps you up. And that is largely down to Boyata and Bath at the back. So looking at the final league table, as you can see here, we stayed up 1 point shy of our kind of target for the season. Teams above us were West Brom and West Ham, both who had equal points and slightly better goal difference. And had Sunderland drawn their game, we would have gone down with 4 teams tied on 37 points, which would have been crazy. But yeah, crazy stuff. This was a fun experience, as I said at the start of the video. I haven't tried these kind of short burst series before, so if you do enjoy it, I mean, it only takes me kind of a day at max to play through half a season when I knuckle down and do it. So if you would like to see some more, or you do have ideas for kind of maybe season-long challenges that you'd like to see me do, leave them in the comments. If you've enjoyed this series and you'd like to see more, and giving the video a like, it kind of lets me know that you guys are enjoying and kind of appreciating the series and want to see some more of it. I'm not going to be continuing on this save, so if people ask, it's not going to happen, I'm afraid. I've got other saves to focus on, but it's been a fun little change of pace. So yeah, that wraps up this Avoiding the Drop series. Hopefully you picked up some tips for avoiding the drop. Hopefully you enjoyed the journey with me with Crystal Palace. In future I will try and live com more, especially come the end of the season. You learn from your mistakes. I've only been doing FM videos for 6 months, and it's something that I will certainly rethink in the future. But yeah, wrapping things up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.